As you guys know, I love Rent a Girlfriend from Reiji. And since there's not enough hentai, shows to watch this season except for this godly thing, and the boys from Trash Taste is going to the shithole, honestly, they should have not went down the Hollywood route. I don't know why they did that. I figured, hey, why not pay this man another visit? As much as I complain about him in my videos, I don't actually hate him. But I'm not gonna catch up to this trash, because it'll just make me bitter, hateful, and I'll be annoyed. I'm gonna read this, his other work, that I know could be a disaster, just from the title alone. But if it makes a good video, screw it. And throughout this review, I will be comparing this to Rent a Girlfriend, because it's very similar. And my man is the author of it, Shin Ujin Family. It's just another Rent a Girlfriend, but more degenerate and more boring. All of these girls, yup, they're all his stepsis. All of them are his family members. And some of them are very similar to the girls from Rent a Garbage. The shy one, aka Sumi 2.0, she's gonna be best girl. The hot one, she's very aggressive and the only one that is actually legal of age. Nerdy logic girl, basically the same as Ruka. Logical, but her logic is weak. And for some reason, I don't know why anime does this, but they make very quote-unquote smart character to have basically no emotion with a straight face. That's not true. Everyone has emotions. I promise you, it doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter what characteristics you have. If your stomach is hungry, your brain is gonna tell you, hey, go get some food so you don't become hungry anymore. She's the overachiever, but to me, she's just a boring girl with brotherly complex. We got this one. I don't really know what she does, but she's here to stay anyway, so screw it. She's cute, so we'll give her a pass. And this ugly thing. Together, these girls love each other, but they are really boring because they all love each other. And finally, we got the main character, Shinujin. Unlike Kazuya, he actually isn't a complete loser this time around. Throughout the time he has spent with his harem, he shows a sense of compassion, care, and a good level of thinking for the people around him. He knows what to say, what to not say, what to do to make someone feel better. And when the time comes, he actually comes in clutch. Of course, since it's a harem anime and he has to get married, he has to choose one of his stepsis to stick his wiener into. I would pick her honestly because she's legal of age and she's got the biggest assets out of all of them. And she doesn't feel like a pain in the ass to deal with. Now, if you watched Rent a Girlfriend before, the places that these characters will go to is very similar. Like playing sports and the sports being hitting some sort of ball, taking a lot, and I mean a lot of baths. There was one scene where the sister was just lost and Shinju had to go out there and save her. Kind of like Kazuya when he saved Chizuru. But unlike Rent a Garbage, they actually show him being in school and all that good stuff and showing the sisters and how good they are. Even though all these girls are family members and they travel together a lot, the show put Shiujin into situations where he gets alone time with all of them. And we slowly but surely get a better understanding of these girls and their struggles, what they want in life, which is his me. And here's where the issue arises. This is where I think all this show is. It's just a worse version of Rent a Garbage. If you look at this, it's him spending time with his girlfriend. It's him helping them overcome whatever issue they got, doing fun stuff with his stepsis, pretending like nothing happened even though the girl directly confessed to him by kissing or just throwing their whole entire naked body at him. And it's just rinse and repeat. Because every time they try to confess, he pretend like nothing is happening or some cuck shit happens and he gets interrupted. The story is just running around in circles, a cycle of nothingness. Out of all the 45 chapters that I have read, legit nothing happened. It's like Rent a Girlfriend. Reiji put me under a genjutsu again. Already 25 chapters in, I already knew that this was gonna happen, but I thought, hey, maybe this isn't like the first work that he did. But no, all this is just a waste of time, but a worse version of his original work. I wish there was a girl like Mami in this series. People love to hate her, but she makes everything very interesting. In this show, all the girls just love and nothing really crazy goes down. Mami is what makes the show interesting. I would even say that she made Rent a Girlfriend. I don't even think Shizu's better than her. She makes all the crazy shit go down. There's really nothing for these girls to achieve. Sure, all the girls have dreams, but we all know eventually they're just gonna make it when this man decides for them to make it. But they will eventually. And here's the other issue. This man is honestly too perfect from the start. What made this show engaging was Kazuya has something he can improve upon. Actually, pretty much everything he can. The only weakness I see in this guy is like he gets shy and afraid, but he ain't no creepy stalker or simping for girls like an idiot. The friend that he hangs around with doesn't have much to criticize him for. And he is the core part of the show. If you look at other rom-coms and what makes them so great, even though they're so simple, is because the main character has to work on himself. It gives the character more meaning and a goal to achieve, and the audience can really connect with the character. And with him being so boring, the manga just becomes a completely empty hole of nothingness. Like, all the characters are really good, and like 30% of the whole entire thing is just showing the girls' body parts. I get it, they're hot, no shit, but you don't have to show their body parts almost every chapter. It's a waste of time and space. I know what they're trying to do. They're trying to position themselves to sell figurines screens when the studio eventually picks this up for an anime. But this whole entire incest garbage has no substance, and all the other fan service panel just waste time. I wouldn't even call this trash, it's just nothingness. What made Reiji's original work so great is because of the chaos and dumb shit that was about to go down, by all the characters' personality coming in together. But in here, the guy is good and the girls all love each other. Sure, they got problems, but it's not that big of a deal. It's almost like a perfect family. What is there to be really interested about and invest yourself into the story? The story is not progressing either. It's giving you the illusion that it is, but there's no depth to the character or the story. Now, it's only 50 chapters, so I could be wrong, but I think this is just another cash grab from Reiji. I mean, there's so many panels that are used for fan service, and all these girls really don't have that much character either. They all have similar traits like being nice and being loving. It's just a clone of one another with different body parts. In Rent a Girlfriend, you actually see that the girls actually have or had their own thought process and are completely different personalities from each other. And when they come across each other, how they socialize and interact, it's very human-like. In here, sure, there are direct differences, like the shy one and the confident one, but in the end, they're all loving to him. It's like all AI-generated robotic personalities. The story sure is progressing, but it's so slow. And I'm not even sure if it's progressing, or it's just me seeing that all the characters are being introduced and where they're going, but I'm pretty sure this is all just a genjutsu. And the degeneracy isn't even that great either. This is just another boring harem rom-com series. Nothing interesting happens, and if you want to really look at some ass and titties, look elsewhere. There are plenty of other animes out there for you to look at. And I don't know why, but Reiji has this thing where he thinks his girls are like the top girls to show off. No, there are other hotter anime girls out there. People come to your work because they're interested in the personalities, the characters, and how they can improve, and the story is very interesting. The girls are hot, but they're not so hot where people are just sitting through all the bullshit just to look at them. But after reading this, I'm more convinced that Reiji is not just doing this for money. Money is part of it, it's a big part of it, but I think this dude and his crews are just weirdos who love anime girls way too much. The pics that he be having on social media is just for attention, and all the fan service slides are there just for sales. But this over obsession with keeping the story going for no reason, destroying the character and the plot, is just destroying the whole entire series. Any work that this man has released is just boring and doesn't go anywhere. If Reiji keeps doing this, people will catch on. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, go shit on Chizuru. And I don't even think this harem show would get as much traction as it does if not for Rent a Trash. Nothing really interesting happens, and half of the pages are covered in fan service. And even if you read the dialogue, which I did for this video, they essentially said nothing. They said, well, I love you, or hug me. Like, it's just dumb shit. Like, I don't give a shit. The story just goes nowhere. The reason why people still stick around for Rent a Doo-Doo is because the show is actually good and people are invested in the characters. But this is just average. And people aren't cucks like Kazuya, especially the original audience that this man has cultivated, and will most likely be reading this or watching this when it comes out. People are gonna stop caring about his work if he keeps doing this. The only people who are really gonna catch up to these things are like weirdos like me who makes videos on it, or people with nothing better to do. But most people aren't gonna sit there and take garbage. They're gonna either stop reading or complain about it, and then stop reading. This manga literally had nothing to be interested in. The characters didn't do anything. The story didn't go anywhere. There was no goal really to really achieve, because everyone is just like all perfect. It's only 50 chapters. Maybe things will change in the future, probably not. But for now, this is just not good. It's just another boring harem incest degenerate show. I'd rather jerk off to Chizuru's bunny outfit than read this.